Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about 5 hidden reasons why narcissists go silent on you. And this would typically be the covert narcissist does these things, all right? So understand this. When you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they never let you know what's on their mind. They're always, secretive about everything. They're sneaky people. So a lot of times they run silent on you and you're in the dark and you don't know why this person is acting this way. So I'm going to give you 5 reasons why they run silent on you. Number 1 reason that a lot of people don't realize when a narcissist runs silent on you is because they have another supply and they're busy with that supply. That's why you're not hearing from that narcissist, because they have other things going on. That could be one reason why they go silent on you. You haven't heard from them. They're not texting you as much. They're not calling you. They may not be getting back to you. And why is that? Because that narcissist has things going on, things that you don't know about that are going on. They're busy. Generally, they're busy with another supply. This is somebody that you don't even know about. A lot of times, that other supply could be their exes, because a lot of times narcissists are still talking to their exes and you don't even know that. A lot of times they're not even broken up with their exes, but they tell you they are. They could be on break with their ex. They could still have some kind of attachment there. They could have a situationship. So trust and believe that if the narcissist runs silent on you and they're not talking on to you, they are most definitely talking to somebody, because a narcissist is not going to be sitting alone twiddling their thumbs, okay? They're not going to be sitting there alone on the couch by themselves. They're talking to somebody. It could even be their flying monkeys. They could be, in tight with their family or in tight with a close friend or a coworker or somebody like that. They're busy. Bottom line is, when they run silent on you, one of the biggest reasons is that they're busy with another supply or they're busy with someone else, which could be, like I said, a flying monkey or someone else. Or they could be busy on social media trying to find other supply, all right? They're not worried about you. What's the next reason why a narcissist would run silent on you? They want you to chase them, all right? It's a power play. And I talked about this in a reel that I did yesterday, where I said a lot of times when you pull back from a narcissist, some of them will re-love bomb you, but some of them won't. A lot of them know what you're trying to do. Narcissists are perceptive. So they know that when you pull back from them, you're playing the game too. A lot of them think you're playing the game back at them and you want them to chase you. And some of them won't do that. So don't be surprised when you pull away from a narcissist and they don't come looking for you, because they're not going to bow down to you. They're not going to beg you or anything like that. They want you always chasing after them, begging them, looking for them. They want you to be the one always calling them. It gives them a feeling of superiority. They're important. You're always looking for them. So some of them will test you and run silent on you to see how much you chase them. The more you chase them, obviously, the more they know they have you wrapped around their finger, and they love that. That's how they know that they can manipulate you more, by how much effort you put into chasing after them. Then they know, oh, okay, I got this person. They keep calling me. They keep texting me. Oh, they're really sweating me. They want me. I could pretty much do whatever I want because I have them, in my pocket. That's how narcissists feel. So a lot of them will test you and run silent on you to see if you come looking for them. The other reason why a narcissist would run silent on you is to torture you, okay? Now, this could be the silent treatment. A narcissist could run silent on you to punish you, and that is your covert narcissist. It's a passive-aggressive way to punish you. It is a form of emotional abuse. They refuse to communicate with you, and they want you to bow down and they want you to apologize. So they'll run silent on you. They may run silent on you because you bring something up to them that they don't want to hear, that they have to be accountable. You may come up to them and say, listen, I don't like the fact that you're not texting me as much. I don't like the fact that you were out all night. And what is that covert narcissist going to do? They're going to run into a silent treatment to punish you, to train you to never bring up anything to them that they don't want to hear. So that next time you think twice about bringing certain things up to them that they don't want to hear, where they have to be accountable or they have to face shame or, be criticized or told what to do. So they figure every time you bring something up to them, they're just going to run stone cold silent on you and refuse to communicate with you. Okay? It's very childish. They are, they have a child's mindset in the sense that, they play these games and they're not mature. And it's basically to avoid accountability and to punish you. That's what they want to do. Again, it's a power play. It's their way of having the control so that, again, you don't bring certain things up to them. All right. Next reason why a narcissist would run silent on you is because they're studying you. Again, the covert narcissist, they love to study people. You'll catch them staring at you. A lot of times, covert narcissists, they say nothing and they sit there quietly and they're studying you. They're calculating, to analyze you. They want to see what makes you tick, what doesn't make you tick. They're gathering information. They're going to stay quiet so that you talk more. And the more that you talk, the more information they get on you. So what they're doing is they're staying silent, okay? They're watching you, they're staring at you, and they're taking it all in, and they're gathering information to use against you later on. That's why I always say, you got to be cool, let them talk, all right? Don't always be divulging your past or what happened with your exes. Don't give out information that quickly to people that haven't earned it. People have to earn your information, earn that trust. And a narcissist, a lot of times they feel if they run quiet or they run silent, you'll talk more and you'll tell them maybe about your vulnerabilities, things of your childhood, that you're sensitive about, your past relationships. And now they have all this information on you. And then later on, they could use it against you and bring it up to you and say, oh, now I see why your exes don't like you. Or now I see why you don't get along with your family or something like that. So here you are talking, and divulging all this information to them. They're sitting there, smiling with that smirky smile. They're running silent. They're listening. They're taking it all in to only use it against you later on, okay? And also the other thing too, you guys, a lot of times when they run silent is because you're dealing with a jealous person that's watching you, all right? Jealous people will watch you, and a lot of times they will be studying you and gathering all that information on you so that, they're looking for ways to sabotage you in some sort of way. Now, last reason why a narcissist would run silent on you is because they're guilty, all right? Nobody runs more silent on you than a guilty person who's trying to avoid accountability. So they may say something like, you're crazy, and then they run into a silent treatment, okay? This is their way to avoid taking accountability for something they had done. They just figure, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you. Or they'll say, I don't want to hear this. Or there you go again. Or there's always something with you, okay? Total gaslighting. They're going to gaslight you, then they're going to run silent on you, and they're going to avoid you. And this is going to make you feel bad for, again, bringing it up. So they're going to punish you to train you to never bring these things up to them, even though they're guilty And they should be owning it and saying something like, oh, I'm sorry I did that, or I understand how you feel. I can own what I did. No, you're not going to get that from the narcissist. The narcissist will never acknowledge when they're wrong. They don't ever want to say they're wrong. You're the problem in their eyes. They're always going to flip it and say, no, you're the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem. But when you're dealing with a covert narcissist, they're not combative, all right? That's one of the ways you know you're dealing with a covert narcissist. They're generally not combative. They don't like confrontation. They hold it all in, and they will pay you back behind your back. They plot, and then they pay you back behind your back. So what they'll do is, when they're guilty of something, all right, they'll punish you by running silent on you. Now, imagine this, right? They're the ones who wronged you, right? And yet they're going to run silent on you and punish you, all right? And that's their way of deflecting the shame, putting it on you, and it's also dismissive. When they run into a silent treatment, they're dismissing you. They feel, I don't need to talk to you. You're beneath me. I don't have to answer to you. Who are you? I don't have to explain or justify or defend myself. I'm just going to run into a silent treatment because you're sitting here trying to make me feel guilty for something in their minds that they think they didn't do wrong, okay? Because they're delusional. They think that you're wrong. You're always wrong. And I had somebody say that to me on a post. They said, well, do they not know what they're doing? They know what they're doing, but what they do is they justify it, and they feel they're justified in whatever they do. If they lied to you, they feel like they're justified in lying to you because, you'll get angry at them. Even though rightfully so, you have a reason to get angry at them. But they'll, again, blame shift. Because of how you react, they'll justify why they lied to you or something like that, or justify why they cheated on you. They cheated on you because you fight all the time, all right? A lot of them say. Or they cheated on you because you work a lot, or you were unaffectionate when it was them who were unaffectionate. So they twist the narrative. They're always twisting the narrative. So the last reason why they run silent on you is because they're guilty and they want to make you feel like you are the problem. So it's a way to twist it around and run silent on you. Let's say, again, you bring something up to them and, that they did. They'll get angry and they'll say, I can't even believe you would bring this up. Or after all I did for you, you're bringing this up. Or you're sensitive. You're sensitive. Why? You pick it. There's always something with you. They love to say that. There's always something with you. Well, yeah, there always is going to be something with me if you can't acknowledge when you're wrong and ever resolve the conflict. See, but you can't resolve conflict with a narcissist because they will never say they're wrong. This is the problem. This is why you have to walk away from these people if you can. Not everybody can walk away. Sometimes people have to deal with them, and that's a whole other podcast on how to deal with a narcissist you can't walk away from. But you guys, these are all reasons why the narcissist would run silent on you. So let me recap. They'll run silent on you when they're busy, or they have another supply and they're busy with them. That's why you may not hear from them. They'll run silent on you because they want you to chase them. They're testing you to see how much you're going to chase them and run after them. All right. They always want to have the power and control. So they'll pull back. And what better way to pull back than to run silent on you? Okay. They want to see how you react to that silence. Are you going to beg them? And that's one thing you never, ever do is beg a narcissist. If they want to go silent, let them go silent. You go about your business. You make like they don't even exist. This is what you have to do. Because if you play into that and you start asking them, oh, why are you so quiet or this or that, you're giving away your power. You're giving away your power and you're showing them that it's affecting you. And then they're going to keep pulling this shit every time. So that's why you have to show them that it has absolutely no effect on you. and that you're not going to be fazed by their little tantrums of running into a silent treatment. You want to go silent? Go the fuck ahead, go silent. Now I don't deal with you. But when you decide you want to come back and talk to me, guess what? I may not be available for you. And I mentioned that in one of my older podcasts about how to deal with someone who constantly gives you the silent treatment. They want to go silent? Let them. Match their energy and give them the silence right back. But when they decide they want to come around, it's going to be on your terms, whether you feel like even giving in and talking to them, all right? Because otherwise, they have the control. They feel like they can come back and you're all of a sudden going to be open and talking to them whenever they feel like it. Now you let them know, you know what? If that's how you want to be, then you can go be silent by yourself in the corner, because now I'm not going to deal with you. I'm going to totally ignore you, dismiss you, and go about my own business because you can't communicate with me, okay? And you're looking to punish me? No, not today, Satan. You're not punishing me, because now I put you in a category of the pay no mind list, okay? These people now get put on the pay no mind list because they're playing games with you and they're not respecting you. When somebody goes into a silent treatment, that is mad disrespect, all right? Covert narcissist, that's mad disrespect, and I'll tell you why it's mad disrespect. Because it's not respecting your feelings, all right? They know they're hurting you. They know you want to communicate. They know you want to resolve it, but they refuse to. They absolutely refuse to, and they punish you with the silent treatment. So now you have to show them that that doesn't work on you. Because now you're independent, you're living your life, and now you're not going to make them important because now they are put on the pay no mind list. You're going to refocus your mind and put it somewhere else on other people that appreciate you and respect you, not this covert narcissist who wants to run silent on you to punish you. Let them stay silent for the next 20 years, okay? Next, you guys, to recap why they run silent on you. Again, and also it's also to make you submit and bow down to them and apologize for anything, all right? Now they've got the power. Do not give them that kind of power. The minute you go looking for that narcissist that goes silent on you is the minute that you lose your power, okay? They know what to do. They're not stupid. They know what they're doing, all right? So don't engage in the game. Next, why they run silent on you. Again, they're calculating, gathering information to use against you. So they figure, you know what? I'm just going to stay silent. I'm going to play dumb. I'm going to let you talk. And I'm going to take all that information that you give me and I'm going to use it against you later on. Okay? And last reason, like I mentioned before, why they run silent on you is because they're guilty and they're avoiding you. And now they want to just run silent on you. And then what do, you guys? What do after they run silent on you? They come back and make like nothing ever happened. They contact you and say, how you been? Or what's new? Or I went to the store the other day and I saw they bring up things that have absolutely nothing to do with the last conversation you had with them. They will not address the argument. They totally will throw that under the rug. They don't want to bring up the argument because, again, they don't want to take the accountability. So they run silent. They give it time. They wait for you to cool down, some of them, all right? And when they see that you're not begging them or chasing after them, they may come around, especially if they need you. They may come back and then they'll act like nothing ever happened, okay? They'll make like nothing ever happened. Or you know what else they do typically? And this is the covert narcissist. They'll say something like, let's just move on from here. Let's just move on from here. Of course they want to move on because they don't want to have to answer to anything that they did. But see, you know what the problem is with that? They're going to repeat the same thing that they did from the past. And if they're not accountable, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. And so it's going to build resentment. When you sweep things under the rug and you don't resolve the conflict, like people come back to me, and they'll say things like, well, sometimes it's better to let things go. It depends on the issue. But the problem is, when it's a major issue, if you don't resolve the conflict, what happens is bitterness and resentment grows. And that bitterness and resentment is like a smoking gun or a volcano that is, smoldering and about to erupt. Because what's going to happen is if you don't ever resolve conflict, it's going to explode one day, and it's going to explode to the point of no return. Okay? And that's why you have to, when you're with a partner, you have to be able to communicate with them and be able to resolve any issues you have. Because again, if you can't resolve the issues you have with them, there's going to be a lot of resentment and anger. And it's going to cause a rift in the relationship. So that's why. So why they run silent on you is because they're guilty. They wait for time to go by, and they hope that you forget about it. And then they come back and they act like nothing happens. So these are the reasons, you guys, the 5 major reasons why narcissists, and especially covert narcissists, run silent on you. I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the video. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. I have limited time and availability. Check out my YouTube. I lay it all down on YouTube on my channel at the Game Exposed podcast. I have over 7,000 videos. I can't even believe I did 7,000 videos, you guys. But I've done over 7,000 videos in the last bunch of years. And all the information is on there for you to learn about narcissism. I have a lot on covert narcissists, the discard, the manipulation tactics, how they love bomb, how they future fake, how they're wicked and their control tactics, the silent treatment, how they gaslight. It's all on my YouTube channel at the Game Exposed podcast. For more reels and information and posts, check out my Facebook and Instagram at the Game EXP123, and TikTok, you guys, is the Game Exposed. And have a great day.